Well, hello everyone. You've tuned in to Coffee with Wes. Let's do a little sip of coffee. This is Wednesday, May the 7th, 2025. My name is Wes. This is the coffee, and this is Coffee with Wes. Hey, thanks for tuning in today. I'm really glad that you did. Let's gather around here because we want to kind of move on with our little story that we're sharing, our little account, if you will. Not really a story. It's something really that happened, but it comes from Second Kings, and it has to do with Elisha and some of the things that he does and some of the people that he encounters. And you're not going to believe what happens next. So just kind of sit down, settle down. We're on here early today, and sometimes we run a little bit late. And today we're running a little bit early. It's kind of raining, and but we're in the dry, sitting out here under the umbrella. So we're nice and dry, just kind of hearing the raindrops falling around us. So anyway, so this is what's happened so far. All right, you ready? Have a seat. Let's get our coffee together. And I don't know if anybody's going to be on here live, but that's okay because we can watch it on YouTube, and you can also watch it on the Facebook page of the First Baptist Church of Cutler, and you can also watch it on my Facebook page of Wes Wednesday. So we posted all those three places, and so you can get that. And I really appreciate it when you like it on Facebook. I appreciate it when you give me a thumbs up on YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's youtube.com/Wes Henson, all one word. And it takes you right there, and you can subscribe. You can like the video, you can hit the button, and then that way you'll be notified every time that we go live. Okay, so here's what happened so far. Let me get back to the story and not kind of drift away. So on his travels, Elisha, who is a prophet of Israel, has taken over for Elijah. So as he travels, and part of his job description of what he does is he travels from town to town. Maybe we talked about the school of the prophets. Maybe he encourages the folks at the schools. Maybe, I don't know what he does, but he does something. And so he passes through the town of Shunem, Shunem, Shunem. And there he connects with a family, a husband and a wife, and they just hit it off so well. In fact, when he comes through town, the wife offers him a meal, and she offers him hospitality, and she's just trying to be a good person. And so after he leaves, she tells her husband, I know this man is a man of God, and God has blessed him, and I think we should build a little apartment for him so when he travels, he can stay. And sure enough, that's what they did. Next time he came through, lo and behold, he not only had a plate of food, but he also had a place to stay. I mean, better than an Airbnb. So anyway, so there he is, and that's what he does. And so Elisha offers to repay them in some way. If you remember, I think on Monday, I said something like, a lot of times when we do favors for people, we do favors for them because we're hoping that sometime in the future, they'll do a favor for us. Very popular saying, I'll do a favor for you if you'll do a favor for me. And that's kind of like our society is kind of based on the reciprocity of going back and forth. But that's not the case for this woman. She's just doing it out of the goodness of her heart. And so Elisha offers to repay her in some way. Can I talk to the king for you? Can I don't know, a couple of other, the military leaders, is there something that I can do for you? But the woman says, my husband and I, we're content. We have everything that we need, and we're well provided for. And so she refuses. Well, Elisha isn't done. He isn't done. You've heard the saying, you can't take no for an answer, and that was Elisha. So we're going to look in 2 Kings and chapter 4 again, and I'm going to read from verses 14 through 17. And we're introduced here, yesterday we was introduced to Gehazi, and Gehazi is the servant of Elisha. So let's read. So later, Elisha asked Gehazi, what can we do for her? And Gehazi replied, well, she doesn't have a son, and her husband is an old man. I want us to just stop right there. So the significance of that statement is, in that society, in that culture, having children was like a sign of the blessing from God. And if you were without children, it was a sign of a curse from God. I mean, that's just how they played into it. So this woman and her husband, no doubt in that society, they were wishing for, hoping for, had been probably, I'm sure, praying for a child, and it never happened. But notice that she doesn't talk to Elisha about it. She's not bitter about it. It's not like at the forefront of her mind all the time about not having a child, even though it's a very significant cultural act to have a child to carry on the family name, and especially a son. And so, but she doesn't say anything. Again, she told Elisha, listen, I'm okay. I'm content. I've come to grips with it. I don't need anything. I don't need anything. So Gehazi says, listen, they don't have any children, and he's an old man, indicating that they're probably past childbearing age. Verse 15, call her back again, Elisha told him. And when the woman returned, Elisha said to her as she stood in the doorway, next year at this time, you will be holding a son in your arms. No, my lord, she cried. Oh, man of God, don't deceive me and get my hopes up like that. So here's an indication of just how sensitive she was to that, and how, she just had put it out of her mind, and please don't entice me, don't tempt me, don't get my hopes up, and if it's not going to happen. And it's not going to happen. Verse 17, but sure enough, the woman soon became pregnant, and at that time the following year she had a son, just as Elisha had said. So even though this woman said she needed nothing, Elisha's servant observed that she had no son. And so here's this, God responded not to her spoken request, but to the hidden longing of her heart. And he promised her a child. So here's the big idea for today. And that is that God blesses as we serve others, and God blesses beyond what we ask for. You see, God is not only aware of our actions, like this woman showing hospitality, good thing. God's not only aware of that, but God is also aware of our unspoken hopes. The things that we just dare not talk about because they are so sensitive, so emotional to us. And as we serve others, the Lord sees what we're carrying. The Lord sees our burdens and our circumstances, and he blesses, and the Lord blesses in ways that we didn't even dare to hope for. I mean, it was just, there's no hope for this. Here's the thought for today. When we give from the heart, God blesses at the heart level, even when we don't ask. I don't know what's going on in your life or what things that you're hoping for or you would even dare to hope for, but you don't even verbalize it because you know that it's just not going to happen. Don't underestimate what God can do, even with those thoughts and hopes that we have that we dare not verbalize because it's just too painful, or we don't want to get our hopes up for no reason. The Lord hears us. And as we go about doing what we do for the Lord, don't be surprised if the Lord responds in a way, not maybe exactly what we want. I'm not saying that. But when we're faithful to the Lord is able to do above and beyond what we could ever imagine or even hope for. Okay, that's all I have for Wednesday. It's the middle of the week, and we're going to get through today, and we're going to be heading on to a great weekend, Mother's Day weekend, and we're going to celebrate it well. It's always look at Mother's Day as the arrival of the springtime, and we can get out there and enjoy all of that. Everything's getting green, the grass is getting mowed, and so everything is good. All right, folks, you have a great day today, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye for now.